And welcome everyone to RSC playoffs. Tonight we are going to have two finals, including both the Contender and Premier finals. But first off on the slate, we have the Contender finals between the Clover of Flower Road and Rheas of Flightless Fowl. I am Taco, and I'm joined here on the desk by Sauceboss, and producing this is Hudx. How are we doing tonight, Sauceboss?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready to see how these matchups go in.
Yeah, I'm very excited as we can pull up the bracket of the Contender playoffs so far so we can see how we got to here. There's been 3 rounds so far: quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. The first seed Rheas got a bye along with my team, but the Clover had a more difficult pass as they started the season pretty well, but started faltering a bit at the end, but now are looking in really good form. So they're looking to make some people or shock the world and make an upset out of this.
Yeah, I definitely think Clover's going to try and ride that high coming in off those past 2 big upsets. It could be a pretty close game. Rheas played really well throughout the whole season coming in, but I think Clover's going to shock some people with how well they're actually going to play tonight.
Yeah, and if we want to pull up the team stats here, we can see just the difference between these teams as Rheas are coming in at 37-15 versus Clover, who are 26-26. So a big difference in record there. Anything else jump off the stat sheet for you?
I think the big thing is the goals for and the shots. About 50 difference in the shots department in favor of the Rheas, and the goals, there's about a 20 goal difference for the Rheas. That's a pretty big difference, as well with the assists, 111. And then the goals versus are actually fairly close, but then Clover has some very good defense. 191 saves, almost 200 on the season. We're probably going to see him break 200 tonight.
Yeah, I'm very curious whether this will be an offensive series, which I think Rheas would like to play, or maybe a defensive series, which the underdog Clover might look to play. But let's move on to the player stats here. And for Clover, I think they like to rotate a lot from what I've played against them and what we can see here. The superstrikzz is the standout player for them, but then the other 3, it could really be any of them that will start or even play. I could definitely see a super sub coming in for Clover today.
Yeah, I see that too, especially with the shots. You can actually see it's really close despite the difference in games. 76, 77, and 76 for the man, the BLKBoy, and Black Kupo 3 all have very close shot numbers, so we could see them being really hitters in either way. They seem to play pretty well together, just no matter who is in.
Yeah, there's definitely good production, whoever they put into the lineup. And let's move on to the Rheas side. As for the Rheas, we have yoshawatt and Larkspur both leading the charge in terms of goal numbers, but then BRG and Superman both getting some time. BRG more likely to play, I think, but again, Larkspur, yoshawatt both putting up huge amount of goals and assists, and just padding the stats all over the scoreboard.
Yeah. Predictions are up for this game, so if you would like to make some money off the stream, make some channel points, go ahead and do that below. Who you think is going to win match 1? I think Rheas is going to win this one, at least for the start. It's going to be a little bit closer than you would think. They've got a pretty good team together, although they're going to have to be able to take down yoshawatt or Larkspur and limit them if Clover want to take this one home.
Yeah, well, it looks like the teams are ready. We're all ready to get set. Game 1 of the Contender Finals will start Rheas versus Clover. It should be a good series. Clover on the up. Rheas been good the entire season. A quick bit of nerves there, maybe. Black Coop will take over the ball, and he's going to try and push it downfield. He gets a pop over one. That's going to be an awkward ball. Superstrikzz unable to put it past the defense. The man early starting in this game. Maybe a bit of a change up from Clover. They're going to look to start this game off on the right foot.
Black Coop looks to be having a little bit more control in that corner, sticking with it pretty close, trying to work that back over the middle. And again, they're just keeping it in the corner, trying to get something to work here. The man trying to make a shot right there, blocked away. Yoshawatt gets over one. Now there's 0 boost on the opposite team. Larkspur's just going to pop it, but it looks like someone might get in the way. A big bump comes out there, but again, all the boost on the Rheas side, and they're going to retain control. Might see another 50 come out to the corner. Clover's actually putting up a pretty good showing right now on offense.
Yeah, I mean, you would think maybe they had the better offensive stats, but they're keeping up with Rheas. They're showing them they're not out of this yet. Superstrikzz puts a dangerous pass in, but no one's following up. If the man maybe dove in there, that could have been a free net. BRG's going to put a weak pass into the middle that's shut down immediately by Black Coop, and Superstrikzz will have to pop that. The man on the ball, looking for an infield pass, but luckily cleared away for Rheas by yoshawatt. Black Coop putting a shot on target that tests BRG, but does no more than that. Superstrikzz again in Clover, looking to pass this down in. It's shut down, but yeah, Clover look good. They might have the first opportunity of this game to score.
Yeah, they've had quite a bit of offense, working some passes in. I'd like to see them work over the middle pass, try to have someone follow up, but they haven't had it thus far. It's been a little slow getting it over the middle. They've just been working the corner. But we see they're getting it towards the center. They just can't get it past one guy or have someone with the follow-up. Larkspur is going to put it back into the corner. Black Coop has an opportunity here, just sails it wide a little bit. The man, or Superstrikzz actually, is going to follow that one up. The man trying to get another one. Black Coop has an excellent opportunity right here. He's going to score the first goal of the Contender Finals.
And man, Clover looking really good. All the pressure coming out. The man getting a good 50 out middle, and Black Coop has a wide open chance to slot it past BRG, and Clover have the first lead of the Contender Finals.
Great work there by the Clover, sticking in, putting the pressure to Rheas. It's maybe a little bit of nerves coming out for Rheas. You would think they'd be coming out here a little bit stronger given the record and offensive potential, but not quite. Clover's been putting on a great showing right now. Again, trying to work it back over. Superstrikzz has plenty of time, but no boost, so he's going to have to look for a 50. Not the way he wanted. The man's going to have to come up big here. He does. Larkspur is going to be a little bit awkward. He's missing, actually. Yoshawatt gets over one. Superstrikzz tries to keep control. BRG with the shot, not getting past Black Coop.
And yoshawatt does find the goal. It's a little scrappy, but Black Coop was under pressure by BRG, forced to give the ball away from Larkspur, and yoshawatt has the open net. The man just can't rotate back in time, so it's tied up 1-1, and maybe Rheas getting into this one a little bit more. They're trying to take the lead now with 1:55 left in this game.
Yeah, I think the key for Clover right now is just keep the ball on the Rheas side. That's a great touch right there, if anybody can follow that up. Black Coop has a little bit of boost, but not quite the angle. Yeah, just try to keep the ball in the corner on the Rheas side, and it seems to be working a little bit for them. A dangerous double commit comes out here, but they're not able to capitalize on it. The Rheas are going to have to leave this one empty. Superstrikzz has all the boost he needs to try and get this one clear. Maybe a follow-up from one of his teammates is going to come out. Not quite. The man's going to have to make a play out here. Yoshawatt keeping it in the corner. Black Coop finally gets the clear out, and now it's coming back the other way. Dangerous shot. Superstrikzz back to the middle. But again, no boost for the Rheas. They have no chance to get that one in right now or make a play.
The man beating one. Black Coop's going to have an isolation opportunity. Yoshawatt does the 50, but it goes right to Superstrikzz. Again, Clover still have possession. The man looking to make something happen. Plays the 50. No boost, though. so he can't do much with it. He's looking to just harass yoshawatt. Black Coop plays the 50. Larkspur beats a Clover defender. The man awkward in the corner. This is floating down middle. superstrikzz touches it off to the side. Black Coop might have an opportunity to put it on net, but it's just wide, and he'll look to play it down center off the backboard. The man back to Black Coop. Up in mid, superstrikzz is beat to that one though. BRG is aware of it, and he will keep it 1-1. 14 seconds left in this regulation.
Clover's been playing pretty well in the midfield. Some dangerous passes have come out though on defense. That would seem to be a weak area so far, but you wouldn't expect that considering the stats coming into this game as we go to a 1-1 overtime.
Yeah, almost a great opportunity there for Larkspur, who didn't have boost. They got a demo. yoshawatt, a shot just off target. superstrikzz doesn't have boost, but does have enough pace to get out to that ball. yoshawatt shut down by Black Coop. The man has a lot of space, but he gives the ball away. superstrikzz is gonna read this ball after BRG misses. yoshawatt sends it downfield. BRG looking to redirect it over to yoshawatt. The man gets the save, and it's still tied up. Larkspur still looking, but superstrikzz is looking comfortable. Clover have had every response for what Rheas have thrown at them.
It was a pretty smart play to try to redirect it off the front into a pass. Gets it over one. BRG's alone in the backfield. He's going to try and get a flip out back. superstrikzz kind of hanging it a little bit, but nobody has any boost right now to work with. It's just popping it back up. If one team decides to get some boost steals, I think that could be really dangerous for the other side. You can work so much with the extra boost. But again, it's back to the corner. Black Coop likes it to keep it over there. Back over the middle. This is dangerous. No one's able to follow through.
Ooh. I mean, that was so close for Rheas, or sorry, for Clover there, as Rheas were so awkward. And there, that boost steal you were talking about, the man just did it. He stole both corner boosts, and that one could be floating for the man. It's open, but just wide of the target, and unable to take this game number one. But again, Rheas looking a little bit awkward as all the pressure is coming out from Clover. A double commit from Larkspur and yoshawatt, as they're going to have to figure their way out. Luckily, they haven't been punished yet, but Clover could be getting closer and closer. Let's see what this overtime results in.
Yeah, 2 minutes almost on the overtime to start with. Hanging it out there, but no one's pressuring them right now. They had time to jump in right there, but superstrikzz has to keep this one out. Larkspur's going to pop it back over the middle. Black Coop's got enough time. Still keeping it awkward for the other team, just not giving good chances to shoot. And then throwing it back again to the other team. This is a little bit of an opportunity, but still no boost to work with. Black Coop's going to have to go in with nothing, and yoshawatt's got a transition to try and fire back. BRG keeping it back in the center, see if the man can come by. No one. Actually, a demo comes out. There's a chance, but it looks like yoshawatt's going to get it in. And then BRG keeping it back out, putting it back to the corner. It's a little bit of a ping pong match back to the corners as the man puts it back into the corner. It was just in a few seconds ago. And now this could be dangerous for Black Coop to get a shot, not quite able to get up in time. BRG saves it away.
Yeah, it's turning into a long overtime, as there have been opportunities, but most of the time it's been to players with no boost. Larkspur does have boost here though, but the man reads it well and shuts it down. He's going to get around one. Can he get back to it? He's going to steal the boost, play it across the net. Who's going to be there? It's superstrikzz putting it in mid. BRG touches it high. Larkspur's the first one to follow that up. BRG sending it in mid. The man's there. Can he follow it up? Black Coop gets it away. superstrikzz should be able to get here first. He does, and it 50s across the frame as Larkspur's going to touch it to himself. The man has it red, but here's two people. Isolation, can they work it out? But no, BRG just takes it himself, calls off yoshawatt, and I think Rheas might have had a better play there, but they couldn't make it work. And Clover still have an opportunity. They have possession. Black Coop gets a free ball, but this is now starting to shift in Rheas' favor. As I say that though, Black Coop has it, but it's just off and wide.
Beats it around two of them. He's going to have a chance here to get a pass. Not quite able to get the touch that they needed. Clover just needs to have that one extra guy to be able to follow in with some of these passes and these floaters over in front of the net. They just haven't been able to have somebody there. The man is going to go up for this one, get the light touch, but then BRG is just sitting there. superstrikzz has to find a way to get to one of his teammates. As Larkspur puts it back on the wall. I will say Rheas has had some very good wall play, being able to throw it back over the middle. They just haven't been able to connect with the second man at all. It's been pretty not, I wouldn't say sloppy, it's just unconnected, but we have a chance right here for the man. He's going to get the demo instead. Black Coop not able to follow through with that, and then we're back into the corner.
Yeah, I would say Rheas, from my experience, are the more mechanical team, though they're not quite able to get it working right now. They definitely have, I guess, more of a higher ceiling potentially in this series, but Clover looking pretty good to play as a team right now. superstrikzz pops it up. He'll force a double commit from his teammate, but he'll still have the ball. He's going to force a 50 and win it well. Yoshawatt's awkward, but he plays it well off the backboard. Black Coop, a pass in. The man shuts it. It's still floating. superstrikzz is up. Can he get it in? No. It's still floating. BRG is pushed away, and Black Coop is now forced to come in. Larkspur over the top of one. superstrikzz has it covered. He's going to force it to the wall. BRG, both of them are going to miss. And the man is first to it. Clover still looking good, but they just can't find it right now. superstrikzz around one. He's going to look to solo play it. He's still got the ball. He's still got boost. He is unable to find that pass in mid.
And as we go into the 6th minute of overtime, these guys have played a full extra game of Rocket League in just one game. Black Coop has a pretty good shot. yoshawatt is able to pass it out. But yeah, the fatigue has to be setting in. Somebody has to make some type of a play, follow up. Like no one's playing out of position. The rotations have been pretty sound. They've been getting some decent touches. It's just no one wants to commit on a offensive opportunity. BRG's gonna miss. yoshawatt isn't gonna be able to follow through, but he does give it away, and this one's gonna pass dangerously. The man off the crossbar. Another follow through by Larkspur, just not able to get there. Pressure is now mounting. BRG's gonna have a miss. The man's gonna just make it like pop. Black Coop is gonna try and get it over the top. It might go top left off the crossbar.
Oh, this is unbelievable. It's so close to finding its way in, but it just can't. BRG has an opportunity on the other end. He just can't find the ball. He can't find his shot angle. superstrikzz is up first. This could be awkward. He's going to be up early. yoshawatt plays it under him. And again, it's been so close. This is a mental battle at this point. You've come so close, both teams, but you haven't been able to score. You've got to keep rotation sound. You've got to keep this game under control. Black Coop is going to take the ball, look for a pass in mid. superstrikzz is there, and finally Clover get the win after 7 minutes and 19 seconds of overtime.
Great job by Black Coop getting a hard touch off the back, from the sidewall, off the back wall. Rheas just not able to read it, and then superstrikzz comes in clutch, finally finishes it off. Clover taking a 1-0 lead in the series. It is not the expectation I was thinking.
Yeah, they're a good team, as I experienced on Monday getting swept by them, but they have a lot of potential, and when they're playing well, I know they had a tough end to the regular season, but they've competed with the very best. When they played the Rheas, they played one series, I believe. I think it went 1-3 and Rheas won that. But it was a very close series, so they have the ability to keep up with these great teams like Rheas. But the question was, were they going to be able to do it in the finals? And it looks like so far, they're up to the challenge.
Yes. Game 2 prediction is up. If you would like to make your money back, if you had bet on the Rheas last game, the chance is here. Put your channel points and see if you can make out with the dough.
Yeah, it's tough to predict this series. I think it's going to be closer than the records show, as we saw in game number 1, a 7-minute overtime. I don't think it's going to go 7-minute overtimes the whole way. That would be insane. But it's going to be close, and I'm not sure who's going to be the winner of after this series is over. But that's, I think, what we like to see, as game number 2 is just about to start. Players not yet on the field, so that they're taking their time. But now, finally, onto the field. Game number 2. Who's going to win it? superstrikzz and yoshawatt on the diagonal kickoff. Let's see who takes it.
Looks like Black Coop went. Yoshawatt's going to try to get a bang. superstrikzz able to follow that up pretty quick. It's going to go off the black backboard. Black Coop might be able to read this. Actually, superstrikzz does instead. Quick 1-0 goal right off the start.
And a good kickoff leads to an open opportunity. A bit of panic for Rheas, and the superstrikzz stays calm, just waits it out, and then slots in the open net. So a good start for Clover, as they did in game number 1. They're already up 1-0. 4:51 though, there's a lot of game time. Rheas still are going to have a response.
After following up with a 7-minute overtime loss, it just has to feel so depressing to not be able to take away a win there when there was just so many opportunities for both sides that it could have just been ended after the first minute, and it just wasn't able to be done. A chance right there for Clover, just not able to capitalize on it. The man, it looks like they're going to avoid the double commit. Black Coop tries to get the flick, not quite able to. superstrikzz keeps it from becoming dangerous, and he's going to put it to the right side. Does get the follow-up, and it could be a chance. Black Coop saves it away. yoshawatt back over the middle, but nobody has boost. Somebody's going to have to go up for it. superstrikzz does, but then again, he's got no boost either. The man low on boost. This one's going off the backboard. Looks like Larkspur's up, just not able to put that one on target. superstrikzz.
Rheas are getting closer. The boost is, they're starting to get the boost advantage when they have long offensive possession, so that's good for their aerial game, as Larkspur was unable to put that one on target. But they're getting closer. An infield pass, but no one there. The man will take control, take the 100, but gets dunked by Larkspur. superstrikzz is there though. Before anyone, yoshawatt. It comes right to yoshawatt, and Rheas have the response. A loose touch from superstrikzz, but that dunk from Larkspur started it all off.
The dunk came out pretty big right there. Again, they needed boost on that back line. It just, no one had it. superstrikzz made the touch that went just off, but he wasn't able to follow it up to make a 50 out of it. This one could be dangerous too. Larkspur coming in for the shot. Now it's back out. The Clover actually has a shot here. BRG just able to save it away, but it is popped up. Somebody's going up for it. yoshawatt, they both miss. Whifty. And then this one's going back the other way. Larkspur wants the shot. Dropped right in front. The man able to clear it out. But now BRG is going to look for a pass over the middle, but nobody's there.
Yeah, not on the same page there. Rheas only had one person diving. BRG had a good pass and a good idea, but just no one on Rheas willing to commit, as that one's going to float harmlessly across the face of net. BRG unable to redirect that one. superstrikzz will keep with it. Get it around 1. A 2-on-1, it's open, and superstrikzz deletes the ankles, the axles of the entire Rheas team, and will take the second goal, as superstrikzz looking to put a statement on game number 2.
superstrikzz says, I'll do it myself. Does it himself. Pops over 1, over 2, and over the last, putting it in. They have a 2-1 lead going into just 2.5 minutes left. Having a few more scores here. Black Coop wants to get a chance right here. He's going to try and get one off the corner. He does get a pass over. superstrikzz is going to have to get a touch on this. It could be dangerous. Larkspur wanting to pass this one over the middle. Will somebody be there? The man is there. And then now he's got no boost, just trying to stay close to it. Work a 50-50. Larkspur has been up in the air quite a bit today.
Yeah, Larkspur is the dangerous one in the air. He's really quick to get up in the air, and he's comfortable playing up there too. So look for him to make an impact, as that one is going to float. But the man, a good touch around an early jumping Larkspur there. And then another touch. It's a 2-on-1, an infield pass to superstrikzz. It's a brilliant play from Clover. Again, just absolutely dismantling the ankles of Rheas. And then a great infield pass finds the star man, superstrikzz, looking like a superstar early on in the series.
And you have to go back to the man with that first touch, getting it around the first defender. That's what set up the whole play. That the vision to be able to see that and then go in for the infield pass is incredible. That's exactly what they needed. The Rheas are they gonna panic here in this last minute and 40 seconds? They gotta find, they have time, but they do need to find a goal here soon. And it looks like the demos were gonna come out there, but the man able to clear it back. They're gonna have to find out a way to make these passes work, but so far they haven't been on the same page, and Clover have been taking every advantage off these just missed passes. Yoshawatt almost gets the shot on. superstrikzz able to save it away, and then cleared it back out too.
I mean, Clover have looked so good. Even there, it was very close to going in, but they stay composed, they stay comfortable. The man, a little backflip, looking to follow it up. Waits for Larkspur's touch, looking to bump him off. And Black Coop forces an awkward position. Pass in mid. superstrikzz is there, but it's unable to be found. Black Coop touches it up. Larkspur wins the 50. superstrikzz has to be up. He plays it to his quarter calmly. And Clover looking to close this one out. They're not going to take any risk, or at least they shouldn't. Larkspur, an early shot just wide. A double commit there from a little bit awkward. Clover has to have someone go. And finally, Black Coop will win that one. And 30 seconds left. It's looking really good for Clover to close this one out.
Yeah, Clover's shown you don't have to do anything fancy. You just have to be patient, play your own game. Don't let them dictate to what you have to do, and be solid on that back line, and you can be successful. And again, superstrikzz now has a chance in the middle. He's going to try and get the pinch out to the middle. Black Coop putting it back down. It looks like it's going to be going in the favor of Clover for game number 2. And it will, as 0 seconds expire. Not quite dead yet, but 3-1. And now it finally ends. A 2-0 lead in the series. The Rheas are gonna be sweating after these 2 games, thinking they had the highest seed coming in, thinking they were going to be able to pull off an easy win. It's not so easy, as Clover's demonstrating right now.
Yeah, 26-26 for Clover in the regular season. They've only lost 1 game so far in these playoffs in 3 series now. So they're a completely different beast in these playoffs. I mean, playoffs are just a completely different game. It's a mental game. Whatever you did in the regular season, everyone really starts from the same level. So they're not thinking of themselves as the underdogs. They think they can seriously get this one, and up 2-0. You gotta start thinking. They don't want to start thinking too early about the end result. They gotta take this one game at a time. But they have a good lead so far, so let's see if they can convert it.
Yeah, and you get superstrikzz with 3 goals, 651 score. But I just want to take a look back at the man goal, or off the man pass. Like, he had great vision on that again. Like, it can't be understated. Like, there, the 1-2 bang, superstrikzz putting it in. Game 3 prediction. Go ahead.
Game 3 prediction is up, so if you want to put your RSC points on the line, this series has been unpredictable so far. But right now, we've got a Game 3 prediction and Game 3 ready to go, as both teams are on the field. A change-up as Superman is coming in for BRG, so a substitute in for Rheas. Let's see if that makes any difference.
You know, it could make a difference. Almost does right there, right off the rip. superstrikzz just barely able to get the touch. Superman's touch goes a little awry. Black Coop still on the wall, just a little awkward, not able to get the touch. Back over the middle, superstrikzz and yoshawatt going back up. The man's not going to follow with this. Superman putting a light touch. He's going to maintain control, going for the 50-50. Larkspur just going with the bang. There's no real threat of a shot right here. Pinch comes out back to the corner. Superman's going to have to make a smart touch here. The man getting over the middle. This one could be dangerous if superstrikzz can get on it. yoshawatt getting in the middle of that.
Black Coop turning away there, looking to play patient. Doesn't want to play too patient. That's going to come out to Larkspur. It's water falling down. The man stays grounded and clears it away. So luckily, 0-0. Maybe Superman is providing the spark they need, though it hasn't converted to a goal yet. They've had some opportunities already. Larkspur up for that ball, but the man shuts it down. Clover looking to get out, but they don't have any momentum to get out. Black Coop finally gets it away. Again, a pass in mid. Superman has to get it away. It's a double commit, but luckily Superman keeps control of the ball. He's going to look to break some ankles on his own and just leaves it for his teammates. Floating out in front, Yoshawatt's there, and Rheas have the lead.
They have their first lead. It looks like Superman was the spark they needed. Yoshawatt, they have had a lot more offense in this first minute and a half here. They've been in the corner, putting it back and forth. Clover's going to have to come out with something here if they want to make sure they don't have to worry about nerves and like keeping a lead in the series. superstrikzz get it over one. Black Coop actually going to put it in. Great response, Black Coop with the goal.
That's a beautiful play from superstrikzz, who's just making people miss, breaking ankles. A beautiful pop using the back wall to set up a wide open aerial opportunity for Black Coop, who's not going to get much easier, and Clover are really coming out to play, especially superstrikzz really showing up in these finals.
Team play is going great there, having a lot of assists, and this one's going to be pinched back. Yoshawatt might not be able to get there. He does, and he's going to pinch this one back out. superstrikzz trying to pass the one mid. Superman getting it out. Black Coop gets a hard touch. It could be an awkward touch. Yoshawatt able to get that one out. superstrikzz looking for a bang. Doesn't quite get it, but nobody's back. Black Coop actually is. Larkspur putting it back over the mid. No threat. Superman going to try and get a touch. Light one over the middle. Yoshawatt not able to connect. superstrikzz, is he going to steal the boost? He does. Larkspur, he does. Larkspur not able to get the touch. The man is going to be able to follow through. Not quite. Black Coop keeping it on their side. Superman also up a little bit awkward. Black Coop, he's got to get this one out. He does. Great save. Back out. Larkspur, no one able to follow except for Black Coop now. He's going to look for a flick over both of them. A light little touch. Actually gets in.
I think, who was that? Superman just thought he had more time and space to turn. He just didn't expect it to be rolling as fast as it did. It really wasn't rolling that fast, but a complete misjudgment there, and it turned too slow, and Clover will take that one, surely.
Yeah, I was a little confused there. I didn't expect it to go in. I thought he had time, but apparently not. So a 2-1. Now Rheas need to find a way to get back on the board. 2 minutes remaining. Plenty of time. No reason to panic. But I think that's what I've seen the most out of Clover. They have not panicked on the back line. They've just kept with the rotation, not worrying about all these plays in the air. superstrikzz, again, he's able to make a touch. The man keeping it in the corner. Great team play back and forth. Great job by superstrikzz, throwing him off. And now he's got a little bit of a play right now, keeping it on the side. Superman's going to dive in, pass over the middle. Larkspur might have a shot here, popped up over. Someone's going to have to follow through this. Yoshawatt isn't able to put it in before defenders get there. But Superman has no boost. The man doesn't either, but he does get the touch. And Black Coop able to put it back over.
Yeah, Clover, I mean, just looking good. Yoshawatt has no boost, but he does have control as that ball was hit lightly. superstrikzz should be up, and that forces Yoshawatt awkward. It's floating up in the air. Who's going to be up? Yoshawatt goes up. No one on Clover went up. The man. Oh, that was so awkward, and it was too awkward. He couldn't do anything but put it into his own net. He tried to hit the backboard, but it wasn't high enough. And unfortunately for him, Clover take the lead as Yoshawatt has 6 shots and 2 goals, so he's looking good in this game.
A little bit of a panic by the man there. He had plenty of time, didn't need to rush anything, but this one could be going quick the other way. Larkspur able to clear, but see you, the man, he might be able to follow through, make up for the mistake, not quite able. Black Coop trying to 50-50 at Yoshawatt, does not have enough boost to keep it out. superstrikzz wants to keep it going. The man putting it back. Larkspur has had quite a few boosts. He's been able to steal the boost. Dangerous over the middle. Nobody from Rheas able to follow through. And again, keeping the corners. Clover has loved keeping it there. They haven't had to worry about anything. Another pinch. superstrikzz might able to be getting a 50 here. Keep it out. The man back over to superstrikzz if he had any boost. Yoshawatt back over the middle. This could be dangerous for the Black Coop. Not quite able to get the touch he needed. superstrikzz. Offensive pressure going back in the way of Clover, but with 10 seconds left, it looks like we might be heading back to overtime.
We indeed might be heading back to overtime. A ball in that's shut down. Black Koopa, late minute pass. Superstrikzz keeps it alive, but this should be floated. Yoshawatt is there, but this one should now hit the ground, and we have overtime in game number 3. Is it gonna go as long as game number 3? Probably not, but Clover looking to capitalize and take a 3-0 lead, and Rheas do not want to let this series get out of hand.
There is no way it could go back for a 7-minute overtime. Might be able to see a pass play out of the man before he dies, but not able to. Superstrikzz looking for a goal. Not able to get there. Managed to get the save on the back line. Larkspur getting a little bit of a touch. Great job by Superstrikzz getting the clear back. Looking for another pass. Gets it around one. Superman going to be awkward in the net. The man almost not able to follow in.
I mean, that was so close from Clover there. They've had so many great opportunities. Rheas also, but I think the difference is before as Clover stayed composed, and they're maybe just a bit antsy seeing the open net and just counting the score as good already. So a little bit early, but unfortunately for Clover there, that's not going to be in the net, but it's very close. But still, Clover staying with it and keeping the pressure on Rheas.
Gonna waterfall down, nobody's able to get there. Larkspur not able with the touch. This one's gonna go back out. Superstrikzz has a chance here. Back off the backboard. Black Coop gonna look for a shot. He's not able to get it either. And now Larkspur is gonna have a chance to put this one back in the corner. But again, the Clover love to have it in the corner. They've been very confident about putting it off the side wall or off the corner, back out into the middle. As this one goes back to Larkspur. He goes off the wall. He is able to get the touch, save it away. Superstrikzz back over the middle. Black Coop coming in from right field. He gets it in. 3-2. A minute 40 in. We don't have to wait for an extra game of Rocket League to play to see how this one ends.
Yeah, just throw away the books. The Clover have come here to play a 3-0 lead in this series. Rheas are going to have to turn it all the way around. Are they going to look to maybe do another change, another sub? Who knows? But something needs to change as Clover are rolling. It was a hat trick from Superstrikzz in game number 2. It's a hat trick from Black Coop in game number 3 as they're spreading the love. They're playing as a team, and they're looking to make a statement on this contender season.
Oh, yeah. Coming in as the number 3 seed, coming to upset the competition. I think the Rheas looked a little bit stronger. Superman had some nice ground play, able to get it around 1, even 2 defenders. And they've had some really nice opportunities. But again, for Rheas, I think their biggest issue so far has just been nobody's been ready for the follow-up for the passes over the middle. They've had so many opportunities, just nobody there. If somebody was just a little bit closer, able to trust the teammate a little bit more, they could have had probably 2 or 3 more goals by now.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. The difference is Clover have been so trusting of each other. They've been there for these passes. And Rheas maybe could commit. It's difficult to commit in the playoffs. You know, you want to be careful and not give up goals. But when you have a teammate on the ball, you got to trust them. And if those passes have been good in front of the net so that they can connect to a teammate, then they could be looking to switch this series around on a dime.
And we have a great start for the Clover team, working it back over the middle. Larkspur not able to get a touch. Dangerous pass over the middle. Black Coop again. Their communication has been great. The man has just noticed that his teammate was up, didn't follow through. No reason to waste the boost. And the man's going to try to work this one off the wall. A double commit comes out of Rheas there. A little bit of panic. Going to have to bang it. Superstrikzz gets a nice high pop. Larkspur's going to have to read it. He does. And a dangerous touch by Superstrikzz. Yoshawatt's not going to be able to get there in time, though. And Black Coop over 2. Maybe a pass over the middle to the man. Not able to. Larkspur's going to carry this one up the wall. Looking for that clear. He's going to need a strong touch. That's a great first start. And the second touch, not what he wanted. Not able to follow through. And now this one, he's the only one back. You don't want to pass it over the middle, but not to worry there.
Yeah, Clover are hunting. They're hunting for this gold. Yoshawatt's a little awkward. Larkspur doesn't have boost to get back to the ball. Black Coop bangs it. Superman's tested. Larkspur can't get back to it with no boost. And what looked like it might just be a harmless ball ended up in the back of the net. It was just over Superman's head, and Larkspur could not get back to it.
Sometimes the most dangerous shot is just the one that looks the easiest. From downtown, Black Coop just sends it over.
That's an interesting kickoff strat. A double team bump from Clover into a fake kickoff. Yeah, that's something. Not sure that one was in the playbook. Is that in? It's just off, but that one is. Super Strikes capitalizes. Black Coop again. Just a huge bang downfield. Catches them out. Larkspur thought it was on. Super Strikes just had to put it actually on target. And Clover are up 2-0 in what could be the final game of this series.
It's looking really dangerous for Rheas. As you see, you have the fancy kickoff coming out from Clover, and they look like they're playing even more loose. They're less afraid, and they've got the teammate working there. Larkspur not able to get it. Bumps coming out. Yoshawatt not able to do anything. Looks like there's only one person back. The man's going to try to work this. Super Strikes wants a pass. Yoshawatt, he's just going to have to bang it over. Black Coop's there waiting. He's dangerous from really deep down with great clears. Super Strikes going to have to clear that one away. No boost, but again, Superman doesn't get the touch either. Black Coop has 7 boosts, able to get the light touch, block it away from Larkspur. Defense has been great. We saw that defensive stand, or the stats before the game, with 190, a 30 save lead over the Rheas, and it's showing right here. They have not panicked on defense, and it's going great for them so far.
Yeah, they want to stay loose, but you don't want to get too complacent, too comfortable, too early. 2 minutes to go. You don't want to completely just stop playing offense, but you want to milk the clock a little bit. Super Strike's gonna be comfortable, go up the wall, do what he's supposed to do. Black Coop just takes control and finds his own touch. No, he can't get back to it. Super Strikes has no boost. The good thing about Rheas is they do have boost. That pass is going to go over the middle. Super Strikes should be able to get to this ball, but can Rheas read the touch, play it in mid? Yoshawatt's hunting. Black Coop, really well done to get up so early and contest that ball. It's a triple commit, though. They've got to watch out, but luckily it's not punished. They get the ball away. The man, no boost, leaves it. This is awkward. Here's Rheas' opportunity. They're getting closer. It's getting a little bit uncomfortable for Clover, but cleared away.
It's a great opportunity. The pass was there, and it looked like people were ready to follow up. They almost got it over one, but someone from the Clover was just able to save it away. A minute 15 remaining. Something's going to have to change here. Superman with a great shot, but saved away. Clover have been there time and time again. A dangerous double touch. Yoshawatt able to put that one in. They've got a minute to get back to 2 goals. The bump there, not what they needed on defense. Got to tighten down a little bit if they want to secure this final win that they need. They don't want to go to Game 5. And here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I've complimented them on their team play so far, and they're the first example of just not knowing what each other is doing. As Super Strikes tried to go back for the ball, Black Coop had control, thought he needed to go, and it was just extremely awkward there. But they're going to still have the lead is the great thing. Even after a mistake, they still have the lead. Larkspur's missing. Black Coop has control, but no boost. He flicks it to the corner, keeps possession. He's going to milk the clock. He's going to try and put it in mid. It should be free for the man. The man's going to take his time, look to pop it over Larkspur. Great touch. Unable to get another control, but Black Coop's going to take this. It's played across, but Yoshawatt can't turn. He doesn't have boost. Super Strike pops it up. He's going to go and look for another touch, but he's demoed. Yoshawatt does well. But Rheas, they've got to go downfield quick. They bang it downfield. Here's Yoshawatt. Here's Super Strikes. Yoshawatt gets a 50. It's going to float up mid. Yoshawatt looking to keep it alive. It's floating. Black Coop plays it to the ground, and Clover shocked the world with a sweep over the number 1 seed from the opposing conference. Clover, the Season 22 Contender Champions.
That was a masterclass in team play. They didn't panic at any point in that match. They were so composed. They were calling each other off when one person was there. Like, I can't say that Clover did anything wrong that whole time. Just great team play. They worked the corner, their strong suit, that entire time. They had patience. It was a great all-around game by everybody from Clover.
I mean, yeah, that was just a masterclass in the finals. Just showing up, looked like no nerves. They just knew what they had to do, and I think that is the underdog factor. It's like they're not expected to win, so why would they be nervous? So they just trusted each other, played their game, and they did it to perfection. And I think we should go wrap this up and talk about MVPs of this series. I'm gonna give it to superstrikzz, who was just very consistent, broke some people's ankles, and just did it all for his team.
I'd have to give it to superstrikzz as well, although Black Coop is a very close follow-up. He played really well, but I will say the vision on the man, the patience on him, especially in the one pass play, and then also that final, he kept it on the wall, bounced it over one, bled so much time off the clock. Very smart player right there, but I'm going to have to give it to superstrikzz. He was the shooter they needed when they needed him.
Yeah, everyone showed out. You have to get everyone to show up if you're going to sweep a team that dominantly. And they did it, and Clover, congratulations to Clover and Flower Road for winning the Contender Championship. We are going to head to a break here, and when we come back, we will have the Premier Finals right after this.